Authorities in Mississippi have located a body they believe likely belongs to a teen missing since the 4th of July.
4th of July weekend. Sunshine, boats on the water. A group of friends heading out to a remote island off the Mississippi coast to celebrate. Among them, an 18-year-old with a bright future, a college football player, a young man everyone described as kind, hardworking, and full of life. By that night, he was gone. Vanished from a barrier island in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, no trace, no signal, no explanation. His name was Nolan Xavier Wells. Within 2 days, a massive search involving hundreds of people came to a devastating end when a park ranger made a discovery on the shoreline. What happened to Nolan in those final hours on Horn Island? This is his story. And right now, even investigators don't have all the answers. If you're new here, consider subscribing and turning on notifications. We cover cases like this with care and with facts, and you won't want to miss where this story goes. Nolan Xavier Wells was 18 years old. Friends and family called him Nono, a nickname that stuck with him since childhood. He grew up in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, a small coastal community on the Gulf, known for its laid-back charm, its art scene, and its tight-knit neighborhoods, the kind of place where everybody seems to know everybody. In 2025, he graduated from Ocean Springs High School, where he didn't just play football, he competed in multiple sports, earning a reputation as a natural athlete with a rare kind of drive. By the summer of 2026, Nolan had already taken the next step in his football career, playing wide receiver for Southwest Mississippi Community College. Coaches say he was just getting started, that his best seasons were still ahead of him. But those who knew him say his talent on the field was never the most important thing about him. His high school coach, Jake Bramlett, said Nolan carried himself with humility and treated everyone with respect, the kind of teammate every coach hopes to have in a program. He said Nolan's character spoke louder than his accomplishments and that he was loved deeply by his teammates and coaches. The president of his college echoed that sentiment, describing Nolan as well-respected and popular among students, faculty, and staff alike, someone who left an impression wherever he went. At home, Nolan was known as the family joker. His mother, Christine, remembers a son who was always willing to lift others up, someone who could make anyone laugh even in hard times, someone whose smile lit up a room. By all accounts, Nolan was the kind of young man with everything ahead of him: a football future, a community that loved him, a family that adored him. On the 4th of July, 2026, he set out on a boat with a group of friends for a holiday celebration on Horn Island. He would never come home. Saturday, July 4th, 2026, Independence Day. Horn Island, a remote, undeveloped barrier island roughly 10 miles off the coast of Pascagoula, Mississippi, was packed with boaters celebrating the holiday. It's the kind of place people go to escape everyday life. No roads, no buildings, no cell towers, just sand, water, and wilderness stretching for miles. Nolan traveled there by small boat with a group of friends. Photos from that afternoon, later shared by his mother, show him smiling, shirtless, in blue swim trunks and sunglasses, enjoying the day like any other teenager on a summer holiday. Authorities say he was last seen around 3 p.m. Search officials later said that at some point on the island, Nolan was seen with a young woman before he disappeared, a detail confirmed by a search commander, though investigators have not released further specifics about what that encounter involved or what happened afterward. After that, nothing. No sightings, no calls, no messages. It's still not entirely clear when his friends realized something was wrong or how long they searched on their own before raising the alarm. What is confirmed is this. Later that night, Nolan's mother reported him missing to police, and in a detail that would complicate the search from the very beginning, Nolan's phone was not with him. It had been left behind on the boat. Whatever happened to him on that island, there would be no digital trail to follow. No location ping, no text message, no call log. Just a beach, a holiday crowd, and a young man who simply wasn't there anymore. Within hours, Nolan's disappearance had gone from a family's private nightmare to a full-scale, multi-agency emergency.
If you were one of the group that was with him, or if you were on the island and you were there and saw anything, please don't be afraid to come forward and tell the authorities exactly what you know, no matter what you might think might be some consequences or whatnot. but it's very important right now in these critical moments that we get truthful, confirmable information.
Let's be clear about something important. As of this recording, no suspect has been named, no arrest has been made, and no charges have been filed. This is not a case with a confirmed perpetrator. It's a case authorities are still actively trying to understand. So instead of speculation, let's walk through exactly what investigators and searchers actually did. The search began almost immediately. Multiple local, state, federal, and volunteer agencies joined the effort, including the Jackson County Sheriff's Department, the United States Coast Guard, Marine Resources officers, park officials from the Gulf Islands National Seashore, and the volunteer group United Cajun Navy. A command post was set up at a boat launch in Ocean Springs to coordinate the search across both land and water. For 2 agonizing days, crews combed the island and the surrounding waters. Boats scanned the shoreline, drones swept the dunes, aircraft searched from above. Hundreds of volunteers, many of whom had never met Nolan, gave up their holiday to help search for him.
As of right now, we do not have an identity of the body that was found, but I can confirm that Nolan Wells' family is here at the Lake Mars boat launch. Now, they've asked us not to show the camera in that direction right now of the family grieving. There is quite a bit of family and friends here from Nolan's family, but like I said, we do not have identity as of right now. Sheriff Ledbetter did confirm that a park ranger ended up finding the body that was found.
Nolan's parents made public, emotional pleas during this time, asking anyone who had spent the holiday on Horn Island to come forward with photos or videos that might help reconstruct his final movements. Anything that might narrow down where he'd gone after 3 p.m. If this story has you on the edge of your seat, drop a comment and let us know what you think happened. It genuinely helps this video reach more people who care about these cases. Then on Monday, July 6th, at approximately 8:45 in the morning, a park ranger discovered a body in the water near the northwest end of Horn Island, the same general area where Nolan had last been seen. Although investigators believed almost immediately that it was Nolan, official identification still required DNA confirmation.
Authorities in Mississippi have located a body they believe likely belongs to a teen missing since the 4th of July.
The Jackson County coroner said plainly there was no reason to believe it was anyone else. Hours later, before those DNA results came back, Nolan's mother confirmed his death on social media, writing that she and the rest of the family were absolutely devastated. The United Cajun Navy called off the search that same day, posting a message asking the public to keep Nolan's loved ones in their prayers. Here's what investigators have said clearly and what they haven't. They've said there is currently no indication of drug or alcohol involvement. They've said an autopsy was conducted. They've said toxicology testing is pending and could take time to complete. They have not announced any evidence of foul play. They have also not ruled anything out publicly. The investigation, according to authorities, remains active. Online, in the vacuum left by unanswered questions, speculation has spread rapidly, some of it focused on Nolan's friend group, some of it racially charged given the makeup of the group he traveled with. None of that speculation has been confirmed by investigators. No evidence of wrongdoing by anyone in Nolan's friend group has been publicly presented. Until official findings say otherwise, drawing conclusions about specific people serves no one, least of all Nolan's family, who deserve facts, not rumors and not internet theories. The honest answer, right now, is that we don't know what happened to Nolan Wells after 3 p.m. on July 4th, and neither, publicly, do the people investigating his death. As it stands today, the case of Nolan Xavier Wells remains open. Cause of death has not been officially released. Toxicology results are still pending. Authorities have not announced any arrests, suspects, or charges. There is no trial because there is, at this stage, no accusation against anyone. What we do know is the toll this has taken on the people who loved him. His mother, Christine, has used social media not just to grieve, but to guide the public, thanking the agencies and volunteers who searched for her son, asking for privacy for her family during this time, and warning followers about scammers attempting to exploit Nolan's death through fake fundraising pages. She made clear that any legitimate fundraiser would come directly from the family, not from strangers online. A family friend did organize a verified fundraising campaign, which raised more than $14,000 within hours of Nolan's death being confirmed, a small but powerful sign of just how many lives he touched. His football communities have publicly mourned him. At Ocean Springs High School, coaches and former teammates shared memories of a young man who led by example. At Southwest Mississippi Community College, the school's president released a statement calling Nolan an exemplary student, athlete, friend, and teammate, adding that counselors and local ministers would be made available to support his teammates as they returned to campus. Across social media, classmates and community members shared photos, memories, and tributes, painting a picture of a young man whose impact went far beyond the football field. So where does this leave us? With a family waiting for an autopsy report, with investigators who say the case is still active, and with a community still asking the same haunting questions we opened this video with. What happened to Nolan after he was last seen? Did anyone witness his final moments? How did he become separated from his group? Was this a tragic accident in unpredictable Gulf currents that local residents say can shift and pull without warning even in calm-looking water? Or is there something authorities haven't yet uncovered? We don't have those answers, nobody does yet. And it's important, especially in a case like this, that we let the facts, not assumptions, lead the way. Nolan's family deserves a full and fair investigation, not a rush to judgment fueled by social media noise. If there are updates, an autopsy result, a toxicology report, any official statement from investigators, we will follow this story and bring them to you. Until investigators release the autopsy findings and complete their investigation, the final hours of Nolan Xavier Wells remain unanswered. For now, one thing is certain. A young man who had his entire future ahead of him never made it home from what should have been an ordinary holiday with friends. Rest easy, Nolan. You will not be forgotten. What do you think really happened on Horn Island that day? Do you believe the full truth will come out? Let us know in the comments below. And if this story moved you, subscribe and turn on notifications so you're the first to know when new details emerge in this case.